Hey everyone, welcome back to Teedster. Today, we're once again diving into the world of cutting-edge gaming monitors with the LG 32GS95 UVW Dual Mode OLED Monitor. This beast is packed with features that will take your gaming experience to the next level. Plus, if you're looking for a high-end monitor to match your white-themed aesthetic, look no further. The 32GS95 UVW is the younger sibling of the 32GS95 UEB. The only differences between the two is the latter having pixel sound, where sound fires directly through the screen, as opposed to bottom mounted on the UV. The UE sports a semi-gloss finish instead of the matte anti-glare on the UV. And lastly, the UV has a gorgeous white finish, unlike the UE, which has a metallic gray. Both models sport the same MLA Plus OLED panel, allowing for decent peak brightness. Undoubtedly, the standout feature of this monitor is its dual mode functionality, meaning you can switch from 4K UHD at 240Hz for those graphically rich story-driven games, or Full HD 480Hz for fast-paced FPS, MOBA, or racing games. All you need to do is press a hotkey to switch modes. And because this is an OLED, one of the inherent features is its incredibly fast response times. With a response time of just 0.03 milliseconds, gray to gray, you'll experience smoother scenes with less lag and ghosting. This is perfect for competitive gaming, where every millisecond counts. Compatibility is key, and this monitor has you covered. It's NVIDIA G-Sync compatible and equipped with AMD FreeSync Premium Pro, ensuring smooth, fast action with reduced screen tearing and stutter. Plus, if you're an owner of a current-gen console, you'll be happy to find two HDMI 2.1 inputs with full 48 gigabits per second bandwidth. The display quality is top-notch thanks to Display HDR True Black 400 certification and a 1.5 million to 1 contrast ratio. This means you'll get rich blacks and vivid colors, making every scene come to life. So whether you're in a dark, moody game or a bright, action-packed one, this monitor delivers. Now to address the elephant in the room for some of you. This display comes with an anti-glare matte finish. But before you go throw up, remember that not everyone can completely control the lighting in their space. For those who have a bright overhead light or work in an area with a large uncovered window, this monitor would perform well for you. On screen right now, you'll see me shining my phone's flashlight directly onto the screen from about a foot away to maybe 2 feet. I switch it off here so you can see the black screen and how the anti-glare matte coating looks with the overhead lights on and then with the direct light shining directly on it. As I move further back, that light gets smaller and smaller. Note, this is my flashlight from my phone directly shining onto it. Watch how it disperses the light and doesn't cause discoloration of the panel, except for directly around where the light shines. Next, we'll go into some actual footage from a YouTube video. I think this is one of those LG black demos. And again, I have a bright overhead light on, and I'm going to be shining my phone's flashlight onto the screen. And you can see how well this display handles reflections and lighting and how the black levels are not affected. So I think this is a really good example of what you can expect in a bright room. Again, if you've seen a QD OLED with your lights on in your room, you'll have raised black levels that appear to be kind of purplish gray. And here we're not getting any of that. The image still looks crisp, vibrant, text clarity looks great, still looks like 4K. So overall, it looks like LG did a great job with this coating. Would I like to see another model with a gloss coating? Absolutely. I think that would just take this over the top. If it were available, I would have definitely jumped on that one. This would have been my perfect monitor. But sadly, we can't have everything. So just find the monitor that works best for you, that checks most of your boxes, and go with that one. If you sit around and wait for your perfect monitor to come out, it never will, and you might not get to enjoy some of the great tech that comes out in the meantime. Now before we get to the unboxing, I'm just going to have the technical specs run up on the screen for those of you who want to see every little detail, taken directly from the LG website. Okay, let's get started with this unboxing. First of all, grab something sharp. When you pop the top of this, you are greeted with the base of the monitor, the stand, the back panel cover, and the box of included accessories. Starting with the base, it is wrapped in a thin styrofoam film with a foam pad to prevent any damages from occurring. Removing the base, you can see the lovely white color, and this base is quite heavy. If I was to use this base, I wouldn't have any issues and any doubts that this could hold up and support the monitor. It's got a little flange screw, so you can install this without using a screwdriver. I'm going to put it back in the wrapper, that way I don't damage it when I put it back into the box. Next, you'll see the back panel cover. This just pops on the back of the monitor, and it covers up where you have your display cables plugged in and your USB hub, your power cable, anything else like that. It'll cover that up. Alright, next is the actual stand. Now this is a 32-inch monitor, so the stand has to be a little bit more robust than it would for a 27-inch or smaller. And what LG has done here is quite solid, quite sturdy. Has some good height, which allows this to actually turn the monitor completely vertical in both directions, and has some good swivel and rotation. It's also in a lovely matte white with the Ultra Gear logo. As I'm using a monitor arm, I'm going to put that back in and save it. Moving on to the accessory box. You'll see it's got an HDMI 2.1 ultra high speed for your next gen consoles. Next, you'll see your USB A to B, and this is your upstream cable, which you plug into your PC. On the USB A side, you plug the USB B side into your monitor, and that allows for pass-through of data from your PC to your monitor, so you can use that USB hub that's included in the back of the monitor. Next, you've got your DisplayPort 1.4 cable, also in white. Pretty nice that they included white cables so they don't mess with your white vibes if you have that. Next, you'll see your power adapter cable. So you'll plug this into the wall or to your UPS or whatever you plug your devices into. That'll go into the power brick. And your power brick will then send that power to your monitor, and it is also in white. Now that all that's out of the way, the big piece of styrofoam comes out and you can see the actual panel. And it is also covered in that thin styrofoam material. So once again, just be careful when you take this out. Don't pry on the corners, don't put any weird torsion on it. Again, set it on a flat surface. The surface I'm putting it on is actually a leather desk pad, so it's not abrasive in any way, and it is completely flat. So once I get that styrofoam out of the way, you can actually see the back of the monitor, that lovely white color, and the RGB strip that goes around the back. The rear of the monitor shows the 100 by 100 millimeter VESA mount. Starting from the left, there's an HDMI 2.1, HDMI 2.1, DisplayPort 1.4, USB-B, your two USB 3.0 hub, and your power input. You've got your power on-off switch and your menu navigation button, and then you've got your dual mode toggle switch right there. And here we get a close-up look of the VESA mount. It's got a standard 100 by 100 millimeter VESA mount adapter plate. I'm not going to be using the provided stand that comes with the monitor out of the box, and I'm going to be using one that I picked up from Micro Center. So I'm going to take these 4 screws out, put on the adapter that comes with the monitor arm, and mount it to the desk. Now, using the dual mode function is just as simple as pressing the button at the bottom of the screen that I showed you earlier. The screen will go black. It will turn back on, telling you that dual mode has been activated, and you will get a G-Sync compatible display connected if you have a NVIDIA GPU. So next you want to go into your display settings, go down to your advanced display, and just ensure that it switched over to 480.17 Hertz. And you can see that it did. Everything's still the same. Peak brightness is still the same. The only thing that's different is that it's 1080p at 480 Hertz. The colors still pop. It is slightly fuzzy and a little bit more grainy, but that's just due to the way they implemented the 1080p mode on this monitor. While we wait for this game to load in, allow me to take this time to genuinely thank you for watching. And also thank you for all of the subscribes that I got in 2024, my first 6 months on the platform. It was a huge learning opportunity for me, and it still continues to be. I feel very fortunate to be able to make these videos for you guys, and that I can share my hobby and my life with you to the small extent that I do. I thank you for all the comments, all the feedback, and I continue to improve, and I hope to bring you a lot more interesting and informative content in the future, 2025 and beyond. So I'm going to head into the practice range here, and I'm going to just choose Hawkeye because I like playing as Hawkeye. So I'm trying to do this one-handed because I have the camera in my hand. So sometimes when you switch over to the dual mode, the game will actually still be set in 2160p. So just go in and confirm that it's actually set to 1080p, and that way you know it's not doing some weird scaling stuff. But in this game you can't really choose a max frame rate. You can just put it on uncapped. But I'm gonna get close to the screen here so you can see what it looks like. And I mean, guys, that's 1080p. I know a lot of other reviewers out there are pretty harsh on the image quality in 1080p mode, but guys, it's 1080p. It's not going to be as crisp and as sharp as a native 1080p panel. So really it's just about expectation management. You shouldn't be surprised that it's not. I know there's a lot of people wondering why they didn't use integer scaling. You know, who knows? I'm sure LG knows why and when they designed it, but you know, we're not designers and developers and engineers at LG, so only they could know. But when I'm playing these games, does it make a difference to me? No. Can I see perfectly fine? Yes. Is the motion clarity better? The best I've ever had? Yes. So it doesn't deter me. I actually use this mode quite a bit, a lot more than I thought I would use it. So I'm already getting value out of it there. I know it's not going to be for everyone, but I tend to use it and I tend to enjoy it. Exit to the desktop, and switching out of the dual mode is just as easy as pressing that button one more time. Takes it a second and it tells you dual mode is deactivated, and it puts it right back into your 4K desktop, and it is that simple. I've been maining this monitor for the last month or so allow me to give you my personal thoughts on its functionality. For someone like me that plays a good mix of single player and fast-paced multiplayer games, as well as edits the occasional 4K video, I absolutely could not wait to get my hands on this display. I did not want a multi-monitor setup in my already somewhat cramped workspace. I tried several 1440p 360Hz OLEDs from both Samsung and Alienware, as well as several iterations of 43-inch OLED televisions and the 32-inch Alienware QD OLED. While all of these displays had their merits, none of them checked the majority of the boxes when I thought of what the perfect display for me would be, until now. Now I can edit video in 4K, play and record gameplay in 4K, and at the touch of a button I can play esports titles at up to 480Hz at 1080p. So if you're like me, and you're looking for a monitor that combines stunning visuals, lightning-fast performance, and top-notch compatibility, the LG 32GS95UVW Dual Mode OLED Monitor is a game-changer. Have you tried it out yet? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Hit that notification bell for more awesome tech content. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Teedster out.